Hi, this is Ryan.
And I'm Tyler. In this video, we will be looking at the underlying problematic masculinity themes associated with the Irish Spring ads.
We will also look at the intended audience of these ads and why they are targeted.
Lastly, we will look at the possible solutions and a change in direction Irish Spring can go in the future of their advertisements by providing an example from the Dove Men Plus Care ads.
Before we begin analyzing, we want to define one of the most prevalent issues of problematic masculinity, which is hypermasculinity.
According to Mosher and Sirkin, a hypermasculinity inventory was developed to measure a macho personality constellation consisting of three components. The first is a callous sex attitude towards women. The second, violence as a manly object. And third, danger as exciting.
If any of these criteria appear in the advertisements, it is representing hypermasculinity, which can be problematic. First, we'll look at an Irish Spring ad from the 1970s.
You're a strong man, Brian.
Aye, am I too strong?
Then shower up with Irish Spring.
Ah, the double deodorant soap.
The very one to get a strong man fresh. Look, and these green and white stripes are two deodorants to get a man fresh and clean.
What a fine fresh scent.
That's why I use it too.
Irish Spring with two deodorants.
Gets a strong man fresh.
In this video, right off the bat, there are what appears to be two hegemonic or alpha males wrestling in the mud.
This portrays a classic example of hypermasculinity according to Mosher and Sirkin's hypermasculine inventory by showing men as violent and doing a dangerous activity which also invokes excitement.
As the ad continues to play, the winner of the fight is congratulated but shrugs off the compliment and jokes about how he might be too strong.
After he is given Irish Spring, though, he is pictured shirtless and showering using the soap.
After he finishes showering and getting clean, he is pictured with an attractive woman that appears to like him more as a result of winning the fight and smelling good because of the Irish Spring.
It should also be noted that on the soap box it says a manly deodorant soap, which implies that Irish Spring soap is the only manly smelling soap. This old Irish Spring ad portrays images of hypermasculinity throughout the entire ad, both obvious and not so obvious.
The obvious messages of hypermasculinity are the images of aggression and wrestling and easily courting a woman character.
The not-so-obvious messages of hypermasculinity are images of a very fit man with a hairy chest and a rugged look.
This could lead to a false representation of masculinity, which can be harmful to young boys.
This is because this provides unrealistic expectations of how to treat fellow boys and how to treat with women.
You might expect these goofy, over-the-top portrayals of masculinity in the 70s, but take a look at this ad from just 2015.
Welcome to Ireland, freshest place on earth. Unless you work with my mate Sean here. Sweet Mary Joseph. Tough lad. So, how does Sean go from catching bass to chasing lass? New Irish Spring signature for men body wash. The fresh, cool Irish scent cleans a man up right.
This is not your first time.
Good on you, boy. Irish Spring cleans a man up right.
As you can see in this video, there are some familiar images and themes of hypermasculinity that are portrayed in the ad from the 1970s.
This is strange, considering that the brand has recently undergone a brand revival in an attempt to change its image.
However, they decided to keep the problematic themes in their ads from the 1970s.
To begin breaking down this video, we see a tough-looking sailor doing manual labor, which causes him to get dirty.
Then, the narrator objectifies women as sexual objects by asking the viewers how the worker could go from catching bass to chasing lass.
He then provides a solution for the dirty fisherman. That solution is to use Irish Spring, which cleans a man up right.
The fisherman is then shown in a pub and immediately courts an attractive woman.
This is problematic because according to William O'Barr, when young men and women appear in the same advertisements, the relationship is almost always focusing on masculine dominance and female submissiveness.
This again promotes unrealistic expectations for men and is harmful to the image of women.
Now you might be thinking, who is Irish Spring actually targeting with these ads?
Well, according to infoscout.co, a website that keeps large quantities of data and consumer demographics, men 24 and under are the primary consumers of Irish Spring.
So why does Irish Spring use themes of problematic masculinity when targeting this age group?
This is because, from Todd Tillman's experience as general manager at the skincare division of Unilever, he believes ads like these are created because young men are impressionable.
In essence, Young men are easily influenced by exciting or comical ads, even at the expense of a gender stereotype or masculinity issue that arises. So guys, how do we solve this problem that Irish Spring has created?
The most important step to solving this issue is to show the companies that you don't support the problematic themes that they use to sell their product to us.
Whether it's exploiting masculinity with an unrealistic image, or dehumanizing women by showing them as sexual objects for men to conquer, we need to come together as a whole and to show the companies that there are other effective and less damning ways to advertise to young men.
Ultimately, the companies are worried about whether you spend your money on their products or not, so the best way to effectively send the message is to only support companies that portray women and men equally and realistically.
Now, surprisingly, some of these companies actually exist and choose not to include problematic themes in advertising, and they still successfully sell their products, which is shocking.
One such company is Dove, who recently rebranded their men's soap line and portrayed the characters more realistically, which made the ad even more memorable for the consumers.
So with that, we leave you with one of Dove's newer advertisements, which, Irish Spring could take a note or two from.
Daddy? Dada? Daddy? Daddy?
Dad?
Dad?
Dove Men Plus Care. Care makes a man stronger.